My name is Jenny Jones. I sit in the House of Lords as a peer for the Green Party, and I see my job as telling the government exactly where they've got things wrong, and it means a lot of shouting, I'm afraid. As every part of the world has found, clean water is absolutely vital for the health and well-being of not just people, but also animals and the ecosystem. And so clean water is something that we here in Britain really ought to have. We've had it, and now we've lost it. The problem we've got here is actually quite complex, but it could be fixed. The main issues are privatisation, that was a big mistake, a real shortage of tough regulation, and corporate greed. And finally, of course, 14 years of a Tory government. We have to fine the water companies for all of their dirty discharges. And what we should do is not take money, but take their shares instead. And that would mean that we'd own it fairly soon. So that the Conservatives like the status quo. They don't seem to want to put in any tougher regulation. Labour and Lib Dems want tough legislation. The Greens want very tough legislation, and also to make sure that we actually start taking shares from the company in lieu of fines, which means that privatisation would be a thing of the past. I have to say, of course, Fergal Sharkey, but I would also say all the local groups all around the country that are doing incredible things, and a big shout out for SOS Whitstable, of course. Plus, of course, there is an organisation called We Own It, and they are actually describing the path that we can take to public ownership of our water.